Good morning, everyone. Oh, now come on. We can do better than that. We're here for a celebration and for honorees. So I'm going to do this one more time and we're going to say good morning like we really mean it, like we're really here to push diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. So let's try that again. Good morning. Woo! Okay. I like that. I even got some applause in there. Awesome. I know we're all probably at this point still trying to wake up. And if you're like me, you really just enjoyed that breakfast. So you're probably thinking about a nap, but I'm going to do my best to stay wide awake, okay? And if you do not know me, my name is Candace Red, and I am so honored and proud to be here among all of you leaders, community members, right? People who are changing things in this world. So I do appreciate you. And again, I am the race and culture reporter with ABC 10 in Sacramento. It feels so good to say that. And I wish I could just continue to smile and soak in all this great energy as if it's just me. But I don't do this work alone, just like you all don't do the work that you do alone, right? I have an amazing team at ABC 10. And I promise I'm not just saying that because my boss is here. We really are about diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging, and making sure that we are accurately reflecting the diverse communities that we serve. As a journalist, you can see that I could go on and on and on, so I'm gonna do my best to stick to the script because none of that was in here. Okay, so I already got through the welcome. So I do want to thank you all for attending the 22nd Dr. John W. Rice Awards. I mean, it really is an honor. Yes, please. Thank you. Just to share a little bit about me, again, this isn't even in here, so. I'm originally from Los Angeles, California, and I believe saying that is important because I come from South Central LA. I know it's probably a little bit more politically correct to say South LA, but I'm gonna keep it real and say South Central, right off of Crenshaw and Slauson. And to me, that's important. And I'm gonna do my best not to get emotional. Oh my goodness, here I go. I think about that because if you have read my bio that is on the abc10.com website, you probably see that I went to Howard University, the Mecca, HBCU. Now, did I hear it, HU? I'm glad you know the real HU. Your sister goes to Howard? Okay, yes. We're connecting. We're connecting. Okay. Amazing. But I'm saying that not to just give Howard University recognition as a wonderful, historically black university, right? But to say that I would not have had that opportunity if it was not for California community colleges, okay? I actually attended West LA and Culver City. And that led me to have an opportunity to transfer to Howard University, which attending there gave me opportunity to go to American University, also in DC, for my master's. Again, none of this in the script. I see we're gonna have a problem with the time. But I really, really wanted to be intentional about saying that because I'm a product of California Community College. I'm a product of California and the education system. And it's clear that there's so much that can be accomplished and dreams that truly can become a reality if people who look like me in historically marginalized communities and other communities and people who look like you all, this diverse, beautiful crowd, right? If they actually have the opportunity before them. And I'm thankful that California Community Colleges gave that to me. All right, where's the tissues? Let me move on. Okay, let me go back to the script. I apologize in advance. So, again, we appreciate you all for being here early this morning. So Dr. John W. Rice, wow, was a champion for diversity and equity. He served as a board member for the California Community Colleges for many years and was a devoted advocate for higher education and increasing access to higher education for everyone. I'm gonna say that again, for everyone. It has been a pleasure to honor his legacy for the last 22 years, wow, by recognizing programs and individuals that strive to advance diversity, equity, and student success within our system, just as he did. I'd like us all to take a moment to watch the following video that shares a little bit about his life and legacy. Take a look.
My father was born in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Education was very strong in his family. He went to school to be a minister, but education was still burning in his heart.
I think my father was never 100% dedicated to just being a pastor. He wanted to do more. The offer to become Dean of Students at Stillman College was an opportunity to work with college students. He made his way from Stillman College to the University of Denver. When my father was just about to retire from the university, my mother died, and it was very difficult for him. He was such an energetic person. He was not going to sit home in his retirement. So he was making a new life in California, and he met my stepmother, Clara.
I met John through the passion of his education. When he moved from Denver to California to make it his home, that's where he really wanted to make a difference.
He got a call from Pete Wilson. Governor Wilson appointed him to the Board of Governors of the community college system, which he loved. The community colleges have a crucial, essential, and in fact unique role to play in making certain that people are able to say, I can come from humble circumstances and I can do great things.
He felt that education did make a difference in people's lives. They had more opportunities, especially minorities and those that was disadvantaged, that their lives could be better if they were educated.
This passion for diversity and equity, not only in education, but in every part of society, is reflected in Dr. Rice's lifetime work. While serving on the Board of Governors of the California Community Colleges, he was a tireless leader, innovator, spokesperson, and advocate for equal employment opportunities and non-discrimination in the nation's largest system of higher education.
I always call him my gentle giant. He's a gentle person, but he's a giant when it comes to his beliefs and what he believes in, and he is forceful.
My dad believed very strongly that everybody deserved access to a higher education, and he also believed that equal access was critical, but then you had to really work hard to make sure they succeeded because people started in different places.
To honor his commitment, the Dr. John W. Rice Award was established by the Board of Governors in 2001 to recognize system-wide and individual contributions toward diversity, equity, and student success. While past award winners include distinguished community college employees, districts, colleges, and programs, they all share a common goal of celebrating, enabling, and encouraging diversity and inclusion throughout our campuses. Individuals and teams helping single parents, minority students, formerly incarcerated individuals, active duty military and veterans, the hearing impaired, and many others have been celebrated. These awards recognize Gold Star efforts aimed at creating a welcoming and inclusive environment across all of our campuses and educational communities. Dr. Rice's influence and commitment to enhancing diversity and ensuring fairness are seen every day in the California community colleges, and his guiding principles serve as the backbone of the system's vision for success. A straightforward plan to ensure students from all backgrounds succeed in reaching their goals and improving their families' lives and their communities. Dr. Rice knew what makes community colleges remarkable is versatility. Our community colleges are the state's primary entry point into four-year degree programs. Dr. Rice deeply understood that our colleges are a source of lifelong learning opportunities for California's diverse communities and encouraged the governing board to always ask the simple question: how will this policy or program help all students, regardless of their background, reach their desired educational goals? Our Board of Governors is proudly committed to recognizing individuals, teams, and programs that champion Dr. Rice's vision. Every day, in ways big and small, the California community colleges strive to uphold Dr. Rice's legacy of equity and diversity and his commitment toward creating a higher education system that truly serves all students regardless of race, socioeconomic standing, physical ability, or personal history. We continue to provide opportunities for every student to better their lives, realize lifelong dreams, and create shining futures.
And I just wished he was here to see these programs and to see them come together each year to share what they're doing. It just would warm his heart just to see that all of this is continuing.
My dad would be so proud, I'd like to think is proud, of the wonderful recipients of this award. The people who've won before and the people who will win going forward are the embodiment of that belief that human beings are hard to keep down. And if you just give them a way up, and education is a way up, they'll take it and they'll thrive.
The winners being honored today are Feather River College for the Diversity and Equity Award. I'll be honest, I'm typically one, as you can see, not on the script, I'm typically one who likes to hold the applause to the end, but I am so happy that we're applauding as soon as we hear the colleges and the award, because we should definitely be intentional about recognizing that, right? I'm sorry, again, off the script. And Victor Valley College for Student Success Award. As well as Lake Tahoe Community College for honorable mention for diversity and equity. The work represented here continues Dr. Rice's effort to empower students who are traditionally underserved and provide them with support they need to succeed in higher education. And new this year, we are honoring a legislative member, Senator Monique Limon, for her ongoing commitment to elevating the California community colleges and reducing equity barriers for underrepresented students across our system. Now, before we hear from those who we are honoring today, I would like to first introduce you to California Community College's Interim Chancellor, Dr. Daisy Gonzalez. Interim Chancellor Gonzalez was among the first in her family to attend college. She serves as a role model, I will add in here, for me, and for the next generation of California's higher education professionals, especially Latina leaders. Dr. Gonzalez is an experienced and unapologetic, I want to make sure I said it just like that, advocate for student success. The Board of Governors appointed her to the role in August of last year. Dr. Gonzalez works to empower students through her focus on equity and commitment to ensure students are at the center of every discussion and, quite frankly, every single decision. Please join me in welcoming Interim Chancellor Daisy Gonzalez.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Candace, for bringing your authentic self to the space this morning. It is really bright up here. And I'm going to try to make up some time and just say it is beautiful to see this room full of individuals who not only have been doing the work for the last few years, but frankly, have been through a lot. And so for the folks in the room right now, I'm looking at these tables because this is primarily where the campus leaders that will be celebrated today are seated. Victor Valley, Feather River, Lake Tahoe, thank you for traveling and being here today. Thank you for your work. Thank you for centering our students at the center of what you do. But frankly, I know that your campuses have been through a lot in the last 3 years. So has everyone else on this side of the room. But for this side of the room, what you have accomplished today and what we are honoring today is about your humanity, your dedication to this world and to our students. So just wanted to acknowledge that and say thank you. It's my pleasure to say Happy New Year's. Welcome to our award ceremony for the 22nd Dr. John Rice Award, almost as old as I am. I knew that would be a good joke. It is an honor to welcome so many of you, but especially our incredible honored guest. We had here earlier Assemblyman Mike Fong. You all may know him, very distinguished. He knows our system very well. He's an incredible advocate. Ben Chida, who is the Chief Deputy Cabinet Secretary for Governor Newsom. And then I want to make sure that I acknowledge that there were several legislators who also wanted to honor our colleges and, of course, our students. Senator Scott Wilk, Assemblymember Tom Lackey, Senator Dahl, and Assemblywoman Dahl also sent their congratulations, and they have sent recognitions, and you will get to take them home with you today. I would also like to thank, of course, the Board of Governors for their leadership, for their commitment to this award, but more importantly, around the year, throughout the entire year, for our entire system, all 116 colleges. You may notice that in your program, yesterday our board adopted a land acknowledgement for this system, a very important moment for the history and the future of California and our system, and you see that land acknowledgement in your program. So thank you, board members who are here. If you could just wave to the room. I'm putting you on the spot. Thank you for your leadership. A very special thank you to Keitha Mills, the president and CEO of the Foundation for
Hello.
California
Thank you
Community
very much
Colleges
for letting
and their
me-
incredible board members. But Keitha, without Keitha and her team, this event would not be possible. So if you could please, another round of applause for the foundation. Thank you. Thank you for honoring us with your presence. Congratulations, Feather River College, Victor Valley College, and honorable mention, Lake Tahoe Community Colleges. All of these colleges today are being acknowledged and celebrated for their contributions for the Vision for Success, which serves as our North Star for this system. But very important, the accomplishments of these colleges, supported by the data, these decisions are data-driven, outline our commitment to not only provide access to all Californians, but by transforming higher education. Today, their journey has been long, but we are incredibly proud. But we are especially more proud because of the progress that they have made, the progress that they had made in advancing equitable placement for students. Not just the implementation of the bill, as you all know, but the advancements and the necessary resources and infrastructure that leads to a sustainable transformation. That is why you are being celebrated today, because our work is not about a single leader. It's about making change sustainable. Just 10 years ago, the majority of our students in this system were forced to begin their education in remedial education. As you all know, that has been transformed. It was a part of an outdated policy, not just in California, but in many different places. But it was a flawed approach to better serving our students, and it negatively affected, disproportionately affected our students of color. but extraordinary progress has been made, particularly by the colleges that are being celebrated today. I want to share with you that just in 1 year, and this is just the first year of implementation, our completion for transfer level courses as a system went from 49% to 67% in English, and from 26% to 50% in mathematics over a 4-year period. This is not only substantial, but as the Public Policy Institute for California calls it, nothing short of remarkable. And yet we know that this is just the beginning of our work. That was year 1. That work continues to show that anything is possible when we work together, anything. And that it is even more possible when we equip our college leaders with the support that they need to lead transformative change. This progress is true, and it definitely honors the work of Dr. Rice, and he would be very proud, not only because of the progress, but because of what he believed could be accomplished by this system. The work that we're here to honor is about leading the way for the future of California, for our students and their families. And I want to make sure that I now keep us on track and say this work is not only necessary, it is the right thing to do. And so we are here to celebrate. We are here to reflect on what we have accomplished and how we can all continue to work together in service of our students in this state. And here to tell you a little bit more about this award and our colleges, I want to now introduce our board president, Amy Costa, a fearless advocate for this system, for our students. It's an honor and a pleasure to work by this board, but especially to be working with President Costa during this pandemic, and as we head into a recovery, an equitable recovery for this state. So please, a warm welcome for Board President Costa.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm just laughing because she said, fearless, pleasure. Fearless, pleasure, sometimes those things don't always comport with each other. But anyway, thank you, Interim Chancellor Gonzalez, for your kind comments. It's really an honor, to be in a room with all of you, kind of coming out of the pandemic. It's really nice to be able to celebrate these amazing accomplishments and spotlight some of the amazing work that is happening in our system. As a board, but more importantly, as a system, as Dr. Gonzalez pointed out, we have a commitment to equity, diversity, and inclusion, just as Dr. Rice did. And so that's why this particular award I'm really proud to present it. But we also know that where the magic really happens is on the campuses, on the campus level. Sure, we can create policies at the board, and we often do, but the work is happening every day on those campuses. And so it's absolutely fitting that we are lifting up a few of those campuses that are doing that work. And just as Dr. Gonzalez said, it is a wonderful beginning, but it is just that, it's a beginning. And so I'm really looking forward to where we progress in the next couple of years. Our immediate progress has been amazing, and so I know that what lies ahead is even better. As board members, Dr. Rice was one of our most powerful members. And at the forefront of all things, as we always wonder, and I think everyone in this room does, how will our work help all of our students? And for board members, we really do need that connection with our campuses. These policies cannot happen in an ivory tower in absence of the reality of serving students on the campuses themselves. And so it's really an honor to be here and to provide the Dr. Rice Award to these amazing campuses. We are also incredibly grateful to Dr. Rice's family for continuing to help us honor his legacy. We will continue our work to provide students with a clear path to help them achieve their goals. Unfortunately, Dr. Rice's family, his widow Clara Rice, and his daughter Secretary Condoleezza Rice could not join us this year, but Secretary Rice did provide a short video message for us.
Hello, and thank you very much for letting me join you, even if virtually, for the John W. Rice Diversity Awards and for the ceremony that you are holding to honor my father. I want to thank the California Community Colleges for continuing to honor his service and his legacy. My father believed deeply in the transforming power of education. It is something that our family had drummed into us from the time I was a very little girl, that education is the way up for everyone. My father also believed in the power of diversity and inclusion, and he would have been very, very proud of the recipients of this award today. Thank you to the California Community Colleges for continuing to honor my dad in this way. And thank you to all of you who every day go to work determined to make life better for every California resident and those beyond through the power of education.
We thank Secretary Rice for her time, and we hope to see her at our next ceremony. And I want to promise that all of us, and I do mean all of us in the broader community college community, will continue this work. And that means our administrator, our faculty, our staff, the Board of Governors, but most especially our students. With that, as we said, the work is far from over, but thanks to the work that's happening right now, we are seeing success. I'm going to quote our former board president, Pam Haynes, and say that, you know, there is an urgency to this work. Our students do not have time. And so, you know, the fact that it's happening now and that we have a future path is so incredibly important to each of our students. Time is a real issue for many of our students. So thank you, each of you. I think the award winners today have recognized that urgency, and that's part of the reason that we're honoring your work today. On behalf of the Board of Governors, thank you to the entire system for all of the work that you do every single day.
Good morning,
It's appreciated.
Senator
And as Secretary Rice said, it's meaningful in the lives of each of these students. Thank you.
Okay, I'm back. Thank you so much for those comments. We do appreciate you. Now, this is my favorite part of the ceremony, the awards. Woo. Oh, come on now. Come on, the awards. All right, somebody's really excited. Okay, that's great. But before we move on to our exceptional winners, it is important to note that we have changed how the winners are selected. Now, previously, colleges nominated programs, staff, or faculty members that were going above and beyond in advocating for diversity, equity, and student success. The California Community Colleges now uses a data-driven process to honor work that the colleges are doing to support their students with regard to equitable placement. So, now that we've gotten that out of the way, our first award this morning is presented to Feather River College. I'm so happy that you're so excited too. I really am. Okay. Now, accepting this awards on behalf of the college is Joan Jarrett, Instructional Resource Center Coordinator and Associate Professor of English. Michelle Petrola, Student Equity and Achievement Director and Assistant Professor of Anatomy. And Dr. Kevin Trutna, Superintendent President. Please welcome them to the stage. This way's a turn. All right, Joan. Did you want to say something?
It's an honor to receive this award and for the ideals of diversity and equity it represents. Feather River is a small, isolated college situated an hour and a half east of Chico and an hour and a half west of Reno. While we have an abundance of natural resources, we lack people, both students and staff. With a population of only 20,000 in our county, what first appears to be a challenge is really our greatest strength.
Our small size and rural location mean that faculty and staff develop meaningful relationships with each other and with our students. It also means that many of us wear multiple hats. We teach in several modalities, face-to-face, online, and by correspondence in our highly successful and very diverse incarcerated student program. What this means is when our faculty and staff walk into a meeting or workshop about how to help our students be successful, we look at the issues from many different lenses. When we knew AB 705 was coming our way, our campus took it on with the fierceness of a honey badger.
The work we do is not done in isolation, but in collaboration with colleagues from across the California community college system. We are inspired by the work of other colleges, and when we sit in conferences and webinars, we think how we could scale down all of the amazing initiatives and programs that larger colleges are able to implement. By taking advantage of professional development, we bring individuals together, including students, where their voices are heard. Excuse me. For example, we improved our student employment program in order to connect learning in the classroom to career goals. We created a mentor-mentee program for faculty and staff to build relationships. In light of AB 705 and more focus on diversity and equity, we held 2 summits on transforming our campus where equity is always at the center. So how did we go about transforming our campus?
Initially, faculty condensed a multi-semester developmental course sequence into a 1-semester pre-transfer course for both math and English. Building on that success, faculty further streamlined access to transfer-level math and English with our current co-requisite support class model. Pre-transfer level classes are no longer offered at FRC. Yeah. With this new approach to learning, it increased the demand for academic support. With free tutoring, snacks, and available computers and printers, the Instructional Resource Center, or what we call the IRC, is a welcoming space dedicated to helping students believe in themselves and take ownership of their learning.
Our intervention process is a low-tech, homegrown system that uses online forms and Excel spreadsheets to track student success in the classroom. This particular program has been useful in not only assisting individuals, but also in identifying trends. We contact students through email, text, and phone to check in, ask what roadblocks they face, and connect them to campus and community resources. What may have started out as an intervention submitted for not turning in work may uncover a larger issue of homelessness or mental health issues. Student feedback and data are used to improve support services, including dedicating more staff to respond to interventions, increasing bookstore hours at critical times, and expanding our laptop lending library.
Support programs such as the Instructional Resource Center, TRIO, EOPS, and mental health respond quickly to interventions to provide students with supplies or tutoring or resources. During the years of COVID, our IRC was able to remain open, so students were able to interact with other students and staff, which led to student retention and course completion. Close relationships with coaches result in those teams sometimes using our IRC for their study halls, which helps student athletes become acquainted with the services and staff and builds a bridge to future usage.
Our small size and rural location mean that we must recruit students to our athletic programs and unique academic programs. Our athletic program in particular provides a model of inclusion and support, as well as bringing a diverse student population to our otherwise homogeneous county. Our student athletes enter college with a built-in support system of coaches, teammates, and staff to help them along their way of their educational journey. They work with a dedicated athletic advisor to build an education plan, have teammates they live with in the dorms, and have study halls where coaches check in on academic progress.
We equip our students by identifying gaps and then meeting those needs, and we empower them by bringing them to the table so their voices can be heard. Cultural and racial barriers are broken down, communities of students cross paths, and students interact with each other on multiple levels. We nurture and support the whole student. We talk with them, encourage them, and guide them. We hear their stories, and we share our own, and we become their biggest supporters. Once again, thank you for this award. We accept it on behalf of Dr. Tretna and our entire campus. It is a reminder to keep doing what we're doing and do it even better, with more intentionality, greater awareness, and renewed purpose. And we're going to sprinkle that with some encouragement and hope for our students' futures. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, go
Okay,
ahead.
and we have a former student who's now at UC Davis. He is our yay! Okay. A former ambassador and ASFR president, Jesse Williams.
Thank you. Thank you. So my name is Jesse Williams. I just want to start off by saying thank you. First and foremost, thank you, God, for just allowing me to be in a room just full of amazing and beautiful, smart people, but also attractive, sexy people. Let me just say one thing. Tables 1, 3, and 5. But I just want to talk about, I'm sorry, table 2. I see you, table 2. Hold on. Table 6. Okay, now some tables are starting to get a little upset. All right, somebody's going to have to change some seating. But I want to talk about Feather River College and what this has done for me in a short period of time. I came to FRC just with the dilemma. My mom gave me the choice and the ultimatum because they were sick and they were diagnosed with cancer. And they said either join the Army or go to school. And I got a lot of hair and I couldn't join the Army. And I didn't want to go to school. In high school, I didn't make the best decisions, and I had a 0.9 GPA in high school, and I didn't think I would be successful. I had a teacher tell me that I would never get into a UC. I would never go to Cal Berkeley. I would never get into Davis. So I believed that. Interestingly enough, I saw FRC on Twitter, and I saw FRC on PBS. I saw a special on PBS, Emmy nominated. And I also saw people that went to that school, and so I took the opportunity and I went to FRC, and I showed up to FRC with less than $20 in my pocket, and FRC has dorms, so that was an initiative to do. And also, I turned myself into a football player, and I walked on and I learned, and there was people there that helped me. My first day when I got to pick my classes, I had an academic advisor, Monica Potter, who said, "What school do you want to go to? Write down any school that you want to go to, and I promise you I'm going to get you into that school." And I said, okay, fine, I want to go to Cal Berkeley, UC Davis, or Santa Cruz. And they said, I will do everything in my power to get you into those schools. You just stick to this plan because I believe in you. Just that one person believed in me, and that's all I really needed. Sorry, I try not to get emotional, but I just needed somebody to believe in me. I didn't believe in myself, so I needed someone to believe in me. And so I turned my life around. From having a 0.9 GPA, I had a 3.9 leaving FRC. And I also got to help tutor and mentor to the incarcerated student program connected with FRC. I became a student body president. I helped the Black Student Union, and I organized events on campus. And that was because of people that are here on the stage, people like you in this room. If you feel like you're not doing enough, you're probably not done. You're not done. You need to do a lot more. And if you feel like you're not doing enough, look at me. Look at someone like me that came from like nothing. And now I'm going to one of the best schools in the country, and I'm doing amazing work with the governor and amazing work with the Sacramento Kings with my music and just with education. And yeah, it's all fun to have a ring and UC Davis and be on top of ESPN. But there's something that's better than that, something a lot sexier than that. I have a degree. I have knowledge now. And I'm meeting and I have relationships with these people. These people opened up their doors. They opened up their arms for me. They fed me. They took me like, and they treated me like I was one of their own. They didn't care about my race. They didn't care about what social class I was from. They saw me. They believed in me. So if I had 10,000 tongues, it wouldn't be enough to say thank you. Thank you just for just believing in me. Thank you for taking me in. Thank you for just checking to see if I was okay. Thank you for offering me for a glass of water or just some chips, knowing I needed it. Thank you for encouraging me. Thank you for inviting me to places where I didn't think I was qualified to be in. Thank you just for believing in me. So I'll leave you guys with this. If you want to go fast in life, go alone. You can pick your own speed, pick your own pace, go ahead. But if you want to go far, go together. We have to act as one, like as a fist. So if you punch with the fist and this pinky is out, that pinky gets broken. The finger gets broken. But everyone has a job, and a role has to be a fist, so that punch can be a strike and be strong. Thank you.
Jesse forgot to mention he's been our mascot, our babysitter for staff, student ambassador, and I called him. I said, hey, you want to go to Davis for a free meal? He's like, free meal? Count me in. Yeah, we are the second smallest college in California. We have 25 full-time faculty. Many colleges have that many in their math department or English department. We take advantage of that to care about people. And I want to tell you, I'm going to get emotional here. Come here, Joan. This lady lost her business in the Camp Fire in 2018. She lost her house in the Dixie Fire in 2021. She was on campus the following week saying, my students need me. And when she got to go back to take her stuff from her house, do you remember the plaque that you took? Mm-hmm. Do you want to tell them what it said?
In our business, we had made these signs, and this one sign I saved said, the most important things in life aren't things. And I can say, just from today, looking at all of you, it's so true.
So when we received this award, our first thing was which staff who work with the students are going to be here to accept it. And I'm glad that Michelle and Joan and Jesse could come along. Thank you for everybody at Feather River College.
Okay. I don't even know how I'm supposed to follow that right now. Yeah. Why am I the host? Now y'all know y'all should have had some tissues at the tables. I had to rush off to the restroom to grab some. Just happy my eyelashes didn't come off. I'm sorry. May we please give not just another round of applause, but I want to be intentional and ensure, if you can, to give a standing ovation after that and what we have just heard and witnessed. I mean, that is amazing. And I am so glad that we're able to give an award, but it's so much more than that. Thank you. Congratulations. Wow. Okay. Let me get it together. Our second award. Does anyone need to go grab tissues before we move on? All right. Our second award this morning is presented to Victor Valley College. And accepting on behalf of the college are Dr. Dan Walden, Superintendent, President, and student Maddie Carrillo. Please welcome them to the stage.
Okay, that's a tough act to follow. You got it. But I'll say, Jesse, you were worth my trip. It is a real honor to be here and to be receiving this award on behalf of our college, all of our board of trustees, our administrators, our great faculty, our classified professionals, and of course, most of all and best of all, our students. At Victor Valley College, if you don't know where that is, it's in Victor Valley. If you don't know where that is, then it's between Los Angeles and Las Vegas on the 15, and it's where everybody stops and goes to the restroom. At the top of the Cajon Pass on Restaurant Row. And there's several communities up there, about 425,000 people in Apple Valley, Hesperia, and Victorville. The college is located literally in the point where they all intersect. We're actually in Victorville, the address, but across the street is Hesperia, and we are beside the Mojave River, which, by the way, does have water in it right now. And that's our other border, and then on the other side of that is Apple Valley. So that's where we are, if you've ever been between LA and Las Vegas. You know, I've changed my title from Chief Executive Officer to Chief Experience Officer, because I really think that I should be overseeing what is the experience that our students are having at Victor Valley. And we want them to have a 5-star experience. And we started with our staff and our faculty, our employees, because believing that if they get a 5-star experience, they will give that to the students. It'll just happen organically if we can do that. And so we have done a lot of innovative things. In the last 4 years, in fact, when we were being interviewed by Vice Chancellors Alvarado and Feist, I was really surprised because this is a data thing. We didn't apply for it. Nobody nominated us. We were just working our butts off. And they got the call, and they said, you know, in the last 4 years, the number of English students taking transfer level English and passing successfully has gone up by 26%. And the number of math students at Victor Valley over the last 4 years has gone up by 45%. And I believe Vice Chancellor Feist asked, well, is this to do with greater numbers? I said, actually, we had a 20% decline because we just came through the pandemic and we lost 20% of our students. So in spite of losing 20% of our students, we had those increases. And that is due to all the great work that the college does together. You're so right about it is a together thing. It is just everybody working together to make a difference. And so we invested over $1 million a year permanently, every year, annually, in a new Connect to Success Center, which is a call center, where student service specialists answer the call. So when you call the college, somebody picks up. And it's one call or one email, and that's all that you need. And in the very first year, that call center answered something like 40 to 50,000 calls with first call resolution on 90% of those calls. We are in the pursuit of excellence, and in our educational master plan, we have some aspirational statements. And one of those is, we are the best at what we do, and we are recognized for it. And, you know, if you want to be the best, you got to act the best. You got to start thinking the best. You got to start living the best. Don't talk yourself down. Talk yourself up, because you have the greatest job in the world, and that is educating our students. That's the greatest job that you could ever have. I do what I do because I have a passion and a love for it. And that's why our faculty are there, and our staff, and on all of our California community colleges. I spent almost 2 decades in the Los Angeles Community College District. I know those struggles. I'm now up on top of the mountain. I look down and I just wave. Say, y'all keep it up. But, you know, I really want to turn this over to our student. But before I do, I'll tell you one little quick story, and it's very quick. I got a call earlier this week about a conflict that was going on campus, about a particular group. It was a community group that's used to using the campus for certain things. And that's fine. We engage the community. We want as many people on campus as possible. But when the deputy superintendent called me and told me the situation, I said, well, you know, the way we answer these questions is, what is the best decision for students? That was the end of the story. When we realized that to allow that event to go on this year was going to hurt our students, we were not going to allow that to happen, because it was best for our students that that event not take place. I won't go into all the detail of it, except to say that all the decisions we make, whether financial, whether policy, or operational, are made on what is best for students. Those students deserve a 5-star experience, and it's our job to give it to them. So with that, we have, I should introduce the rest of my group up here. Ann Weiss here is one of our outstanding stars on campus. She is one of our math faculty that helped make that 45% increase possible. And Elizabeth Duarte here is one of our managers on campus. She manages the Academics Support Center, another really wonderful thing we have on campus. And you know how we're putting a lot of money into her area, and the reason we do it is because they show me data that says this is what it's like for students that don't go to academic support, and this is what it's like for students that do go. And when we can see the data that shows the difference, then that's where we want to put our money. And people ask me, some of my peers have asked me, well, where did you get the money for this Connect to Success Center? We just redistributed it and put it where it really mattered and where it really makes a difference. And who does it make a difference for? People like this right here, Madeline Carrillo, one of our outstanding students. She's still with us, and she's going to tell you her story. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here to receive the 2022 Dr. John W. Rice Award for Student Success on behalf of Victor Valley College. I am going to share a little about myself. I was born and raised in the high desert with my 5 siblings. My mom was a single mom, so raising all of us was tough on her. As I got older, I realized how much my mom was struggling, and I asked her to enroll me into independent studies. Aside from watching my siblings, I focused on completing my classes successfully and graduated high school at 16. After graduation, I started working in the fast food industry. A year later, I was promoted to a manager position. But then I realized I was not happy working in this type of job environment anymore. Every day was a bad day, especially during the pandemic. I finally asked myself, why am I putting so much time into something that's not making me happy? I wanted to do something I would enjoy, so that night I applied to Victor Valley College. I never really thought of going to college, but I knew it was an option. Nobody in my family had ever gone to college, so I decided to follow a different path. I enrolled at Victor Valley College and inspired my siblings to do the same. I was homeschooled my middle school and high school years, so college was confusing. I logged onto my student portal and connected with counselor Lorena Dorn. Lorena guided me online through the pandemic. She set me up with my educational plan and told me what to expect. From there on, I knew exactly what to do, and college was not so intimidating to me anymore. I took a self-placement test and placed into transfer-level Math 105 and English 101 courses. I took them with co-requisites because I felt like my homeschool education was not as solid as a public school education. I officially started my college journey in the spring of 2021, where I took Math 105 with Professor Ridge and Guidance 107. It was difficult not having the resources on campus, but Lorena told me about online tutoring for math. I struggled because my math was weak, so I took advantage of tutoring resources. The tutoring was effective, and I became more confident in my math. Fall 2021, I registered for English 101 on campus. I was nervous to take English, but Professor Nias gave very good feedback that I used to rewrite my essays. We spent a lot of time outside of class in the college library, where the librarians were there to help too. Overall, I earned an A for all 3 college courses my first year of college. Last spring, 2022, my trigonometry professor, Shellhouse, introduced me to the Math Success Center. I used the center services every chance I could get and completed the math successfully. I knew I did not have to be there every day, but it was a nice and quiet space to work on with math. As well as faculty facilitator Ann Weiss, who submitted a math recommendation to Elizabeth Dorthe, Director of Tutoring and Academic Support, so I can also become a math tutor. I'm currently majoring in mathematics at Victor Valley College, and I am completing courses to transfer to Cal Poly Pomona as an engineering major. Victor Valley College has a partnership with Cal Poly Pomona, and I look forward to attending the university campus as a transfer student to reach my career goals. Finally, I want to thank Victor Valley College staff and faculty for their support with my student success during the pandemic and post-pandemic, including Dr. Walden, the college president, and Dr. Todd Scott, the executive vice president of instruction. Innovation and student success, who selected me to accept the 2022 John W. Rice Award for Student Success on behalf of Victor Valley College. Thank you. You guys take a picture.
Okay.
Thank
Do we take it with us?
Yes.
No, just
No.
kidding. No.
I'm like, yes.
Isn't it amazing to be here this morning to witness life-changing opportunities? Oh, I'll say it again, Jesse. Isn't it amazing? I do want to, of course, thank Victor Valley College, and of course, congratulations. We also want to recognize our honorable mention, Lake Tahoe Community College. Using the vision for success as its guide, the college has made terrific advances in student success. Several people from LTCC are here today. And of course, you already know I'm going to ask you to stand. Where's the several people? Okay. There we go. Let's give them a round of applause, please. Beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate you. Okay, and we have a new award to present this year. The California Community Colleges Legislative Equity Champion Award. This year, it is our great honor to recognize Senator Monique Limon for her unwavering dedication and commitment to the California Community Colleges. She is a champion for California Community College students. Just one of her many accomplishments is authoring Senate Bill 1141, which was co-sponsored by the California Community College's Chancellor's Office and Immigrants Rising. This legislation broke down barriers for undocumented adult learner students by lifting the cap on credit hours these students may use to qualify for Assembly Bill 540 status when transferring to a four-year institution, allowing them to qualify for an exemption to non-resident tuition. That is a big deal. This legislation will help thousands of dreamers and other adult learner students achieve their goal of a higher education. And of course, as you just witnessed, that's important. Senator Limon was not able to join us today, but sent this message. Take a look.
Good morning. I'm Senator Monique Limon, representing Santa Barbara and Ventura counties in our state legislature. I just want to say thank you for the recognition as the first ever legislative equity champion. As a former educator and someone who worked for the community college, I'm grateful that in my role as a senator, I have the opportunity to continue to work on policies that ensure that every Californian has access to higher education and the ability to achieve their highest academic and professional potential. This past year, alongside the Chancellor of the California Community Colleges and the team, we passed Senate Bill 1141 to strengthen and improve the process for our undocumented students to access higher education. California continues to embrace undocumented students and their potential and to work to make educational and economic opportunities accessible to all of our students. I'm grateful for the equity champion and partners like you all gathered here today, working together to advance an education system that supports all of our students. I wish I could be with you to accept this recognition. Unfortunately, I could not step away from the legislative business of the Capitol today. Please enjoy the event, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you so much.
Senator Limon, of course, we thank you. We know the work never stops. Please, everyone, give a big and final round of applause to all of our distinguished guests and speakers and to our exceptional award recipients. Well, now say it ain't so. This concludes the ceremony. Is anyone else saddened by that? Jesse, I knew you would be. Once again, this concludes the 2023 Dr. John W. Rice Award ceremony. A big thanks again to all who helped make this award ceremony possible. Thank you also to the staff here at the Citizen Hotel for a job well done. Please do give them a round of applause. We hope that this event has truly inspired you all. I know it definitely has inspired me to do better, to do more, and to also know that we can accomplish so much together. So again, we want to be sure that you're inspired by the great work of Dr. John W. Rice at your college and in your community. Thank you for coming, and have a wonderful day and safe travels.